Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel Crafty Concepts with Erin. Today we're going to create a scrapbook layout with this lovely collection. Not only is it lovely, but it is called Lovely. It's from the Core Annual Catalog and they have some great artwork ideas. There are some stamp sets to go along with this as well. We have this florals and flutters, which you can get with or without the coordinating dies. And there's also this really pretty border set called Lovely Borders. Now this collection has 12 different pattern papers in here and they're all double-sided. You can see it has a botanical floral element to it, but there's this like heart pattern paper and some plaid, all sorts of, a good stripe in there. They do have the coordinating sticker sheet available. And as you can see, there's a bird cage on there and I love bird cages. I have them all throughout my garden, as you can see in this one photo on the right, but I'll be scrapbooking these garden shots today. So I'll clear this out of the way. I'm going to start on my VersaMat and bring in a sheet of white daisy cardstock. Now I want to add some splatters. So I'm using my blue Belle shimmer brush and I haven't opened this one yet. So it comes in this plastic packaging. You just open that up and there's this little yellow ring. Take that off, you don't need it. Twist the lid back on and you always want to give it a good shake before you use it to mix up that shimmer inside. I like to work on my all-purpose mat to keep my workspace clean. And so this is brand new again, so the tip isn't saturated. So squeeze a little bit out and get that tip of the brush saturated with color. And then you're going to need something to tap it. And then you can add as much or as little splatter as you would like. Super easy way to add color and you get a little shine as well. So I'm just tapping. Now I am following a layout that I found on Pinterest and I'll leave that linked in the description box below. So I kind of know where I'm going with this. I cut these strips. I've cut these to 2.25 inches wide by 11 inches long. And just to add a little bit of texture, I am going to rough up the edges. This edge distressor is no longer available, but you can use the outside edge of your scissors, and I hear that works well also. This is a new paper pack for me and I have lots of material to work with, but if you didn't, this would be a fantastic layout for leftovers. I am adding a lot of color and interest to the background with these pattern papers, but they're each just 2 inches or 2.25 inches wide. So, you really don't use a lot of your 12-inch sheet. Using the grid lines and measurement marks on my VersaMat makes this super easy to align them and get my margins evenly spaced, so super helpful. I love working on the VersaMat, and I have 2 for when I do a double page layout. So I know I want my photos right next to each other. I have a piece of Blue Belle cardstock. This is the color of the year. I'm going to mat them on that just so they stand out against the background. And just for color and fun, I'm going to tuck this on the right-hand corner here. Now from the coordinating sticker sheet, I have Life is Beautiful and this adorable bird cage that I have to add to this layout, of course. So I will kind of put these to the lower right hand corner. I'm going to create a cluster down here and then one up on the opposite corner here. Using stickers like this makes for a super fast layout, but I do want to add some stamping as well. So I have this coordinating stamp set here. You can see all the dies. Every image on there has a coordinating die, which is awesome. So I have the little wreath here, the color sage, and then I'm going to slide this under here just so I get a good crisp image. And I will go ahead and ink this little stamp up. I'm just eyeballing it to see where I want it first. Go ahead and get this good and inky. Move my embellishment sticker out of the way. And I love stamping on the base layer and then putting the embellishments over the top. It just adds a lot of interest. Now this little scallop border is also a sticker from the sticker sheet. And I thought I needed something to kind of anchor the bottom of these photos. It just kind of needed like a little shelf or something. So I'm cutting that flush and it's a little bit off on that side, but we'll cover it with the bird cage there. I thought this butterfly would look nice. And then this little house sticker makes sense because I'm at home. I'm in my garden at home. So I thought that this would work. And I'm going to bring more of that Blue Belle color up to that corner. Now I really like this little watering can, but I'm not quite I just don't know where to put it. So I'm going to set that aside for now. And then I thought this doily would go really well. I'm not sure if this is still available, but I will link it in the description box below if it is. But I love it sliding like circle elements or like this doily behind your cluster as a base layer. And it helps your elements stand out against that busy pattern paper in the background. So I also have a little bit of ribbon and I tied a bow, and we're going to put this on the top of my bird cage there. I spotted this little phrase sticker and it says simple pleasure, so I thought that would go well. I'm going to overlap the bird cage partially, and my garden is definitely a simple pleasure. I love gardening. It's one of my other hobbies. I have lots of hobbies, but gardening is definitely a big one. It's been a process of learning. I've been in my current home for over 20 years now, and I've definitely learned a lot about what works here and what doesn't and what I like. And, we've added things and removed things, but it's just a really fun process. And that blooming tree with the bird cage there in the photo is a dogwood, and it's just gorgeous. It usually blooms, around Easter time, give or take a week, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And the entire tree is covered in white blossoms. And we have wild dogwoods in the creek below our property, and you can see those kind of through the canopy of trees. So it's pretty, and I love it. And it's something I really look forward to every spring. You can see I'm adding a little bit of foam tape to the back of this house, and I did the little butterfly also just to give them some dimension and a little shadowing underneath, and it just creates interest in these clusters. And of course, we still need to add some journaling, so I don't have a whole lot to say. I cut some white daisy strips here and just using my journaling pen, just talking about how much I look forward to certain plants and flowers blooming every year, and how flowers are kind of like friends that come and visit you. I didn't quite have enough, so I just cut another strip of paper, and that's the beauty of this. You can just keep adding strips if you have more to say. I like to do the journaling on the strips like this because it allows some of that pattern paper to peek through rather than just like a solid journaling block. I mean, that looks good also, but this is what I like about the strips, and you can stagger them and offset them, which I think gives an interesting look. I'm just trimming up the little end there to make sure my margins are even, and I'm thinking I want to add some bluebell pearls to this layout. So I love these because they give you 3 different sizes on the sheet, and I'm going to create a triangular formation around each cluster using the different sizes. So I have a small, medium, and large there, and then I'll repeat that up in the upper corner here. Put one here, one there, and I thought maybe below the house, but I'm like, I don't really like it. So I bumped that back to the top there. This is one of those layouts that came together so quickly. I mean, I was interrupted a few times, but from start to finish, it was like maybe around 20 minutes, and I like it. And I love all that pattern paper and the splatter down there, and the stickers just made it super easy. I hope you guys were inspired. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. Here's a few more videos I think you might enjoy. If you are not already a subscriber, I would love to have you, and I'll see you guys next time.